So we're back with another episode of the podcast. I don't know why I keep saying we're back, like we're not going to keep coming back, but we always come back.
Right?
So I don't know. I guess we can start and we can work kind of backwards to AEW Dynamite. Start there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the go home show to Dynasty, which is this weekend. Huh.
Yes.
So that's on Sunday, but on Saturday they're gonna have Rampage mixed with Collision. It's gonna be Rampage right after Collision, so another 3 hours of AEW on a Saturday.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, that's gonna be a thing. So Dynamite started out with Jon Moxley coming out with the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. And he said he's been working for 4 years trying to get this title, and he finally got it. And this title means so much to him, and he's the champion. He said now he's back in AEW, and he's looking for competition. The Don Callis family, you've been messing around with my friends, and I'm going to take Will Hobbs, and I'm going to beat him, and I'm going to throw him in deep end, and we're going to Jacksonville, and we're going to see if you could swim. Okay.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
That's all I gotta say. Because I'm really tired of the Don Callis family. Period. And I just want this to stop. And they're like, no, we're gonna keep shoving it down your throat in any capacity, any way. And it's like, yeah, I don't want this. I don't want this at all. And they're like, no, we're gonna shove it down your throat. And I understand why, because he wants revenge for what happened to Brian when
Yeah.
Takeshita fucking hit him with the brainbuster. It's like, yeah, no, I get it. I understand that. But I really don't want to see the Don Callis family anymore. Like, break them apart and let them go do their own fucking thing. This Don Callis family as a faction, I don't want to see it. Like, I'm done with this. It's really
I
dumb.
1000% agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
It was so bad for me.
Mm-hmm.
I even forgot that it happened with Danielson and whatever. I'm like, why are you feuding with them? Okay, yeah, that. Like it makes sense, but like I'm so checked out with them, and it's mainly them. You know, like it fucked me up.
Yeah, because like this, like I don't get the Don Callis family. Like it's like you have a stable of all good wrestlers, but
Yes.
they make no sense in the stories that they're in. Like every story they're in makes no sense. And like I'm gonna talk about the one story that really makes no fucking sense when we get to it. And it's like, how do you have all of these people in a stable and you're like, nah, we're just gonna make them not make sense. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? It's just the most
Yeah.
ridiculous dumbass shit that I've ever seen. It's so fucking weird. It's so weird. It's just a stable. It is like it has nothing to do with the wrestlers because they always put on great matches. Just like the four of them that are there, it's like, oh, they fucking kill it. But at the same time, it's like when they're a faction and they're doing faction stuff, it's like, I don't want this. Like I don't fucking want this. It's
My whole
it's
thing is like, what's the point?
it they're
Just break them up.
yeah, there's no point. And then like they have a tag team, they have a bunkhouse brawl match. Like literally a day before Bryan Danielson has his biggest match with Will Ospreay. It's a bunkhouse brawl match with Kyle Fletcher and Will Hobbs versus Bryan and Cesaro. And it's like, why? What? Like, why? This is like, first off, Bryan could get injured. That's one. And two, the fuck why? It's like that's not even a good style for like it's so dumb. It's so dumb and I don't know why. I have no fucking clue. It's just like, nah, we're just gonna keep shoving Don Callis family down your throat. Like if this was like Will Hobbs versus Cesaro and just like a one-on-one, I'd be like, yeah, just give me that shit. Or it was like Kyle
Yeah.
versus like Moxley, I'd be like, yeah, just give me that shit. Like I'm cool with just the matches. I don't want this story because you could come up with stories for them just individually against any of these people, and it's like, nah, we're going to make this a story. And it's like, I hate that. It's just so dumb.
it's not much of a story either, because like I'm checked out, so I forget half the shit that happens with them.
It is basically just a bunch of bullshit. Like there's nothing really going on. It's just a bunch of bullshit. It's like, oh, we're just gonna just go mess with these people for what? For no reason. Like I said,
Yeah,
when we get to the match later on, I'll explain why this makes totally asshole sense. And it's like this is just dumb at this point. But yeah.
yeah,
So then after that, we have Mercedes Monet. She just pops up and she addresses the last thing that happened. She was like, "Yeah, like somebody turned the lights out on me." She said, "I know it's you, Julia Hart, and you're doing like you're trying to beat me up and take me away from Willow, but I'm going to be watching the next match." And this whole promo, I'm just like in my mind, I'm like, "There's something off here." I don't know what it is, but there's something off, and I'm like, "You're a heel. You're a heel."
yep.
But you're a heel that doesn't know that you're a heel yet. I'm like, no, you're definitely a heel. Like you're definitely that. And then like something
I
happens
wouldn't
and
be surprised if it's revealed she attacked herself, quote unquote.
wait, like I'm going to get to that because like then we have Edge come out. Edge comes out, he's on a ramp, and then all of a sudden they cut to the back and Willow's been attacked. Willow's like, oh, I've been attacked. I'll be all right in a second. I'm like, okay. And it's like this is how you know it's something there because Willow quote unquote got attacked right before her match, but Mercedes was doing
Yep.
an interview right before her match, so everybody's like, "Oh, it's definitely not Mercedes." Like it's something there, and I'm gonna explain it when it happens. It's like, there's got to be more here. So they cut back in the ring, and Edge is like, "What happened? Why did she get attacked?" And then he gets attacked by Brody King because the lights go off and come back on and Brody King is beating the shit out of him. And Julia Hart is just standing on an apron because in a mixed tag match, you can't tag in Julia Hart and her like Russell Edge. She like if she gets tagged in, she has to Russell Willow. And you're like, oh, okay. And then Willow finally comes down. She gets in the ring, and the match happens. And the rest of the match happens, and Edge and Willow win, and then they get attacked after. The Mercedes comes down with a chair, and the whole time she's about to hit Willow, and Edge is like, "No, no, no, we don't do that here. We don't attack other people." And she's like, "No, no, she attacked me, or like I want to hurt her." And he's like, "No, she didn't do anything. Put the chair down." And they shake hands, and then everybody leaves. And I was like, "Huh." Like, first off, why would Mercedes go after Willow? Yes, we said she's a heel, and like that's what a heel would do. But
Yeah,
what if Willow didn't get attacked? What if Willow didn't get attacked and Willow was faking the shit? And what if Willow was the one who attacked Mercedes last week? Because
that,
remember,
that's an interesting twist.
wait, but remember, when Mercedes got attacked, she got attacked right at the time she started talking about how she felt about getting injured from Willow. And I'm like, hmm.
True.
Like that, like the only way that this twist would be even funnier, and not funny in like haha this is stupid, but funnier is in haha I didn't see this coming, would be if it was Chris Statlander that attacked them both. That would be the only way that would make this more funny. Like, haha, I got you guys, and I'm playing you two against each other. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not even I'm not even against that because I feel like that should be the way that it goes eventually at Double or Nothing. It should be
Yes.
Mercedes and Willow are against each other because they both think that they attacked each other. But when they get there, Willow loses because Chris Statlander turns on her. And that will be a thing. And when she turns, Mercedes sees it and just takes advantage. It goes, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna take the win. And she takes the win, and everybody's like, boo. Now Mercedes is a heel, Chris Statlander is a heel, and Willow is by herself. And it's like, yeah, no, this perfectly works out. Like it's so many twists that
That's
they could go with
fucking
this.
perfect.
Yeah, and it's like so many
Yes.
twists that could go with this, and it's like you don't know where they could go, but it's like this would be perfect for Double or Nothing, which is like a month and a half away. But it would be like, oh no, this is
Yeah.
perfect. And
Because my
I
easy one was just like Mercedes like fakes it just to get back at Willow, but yours is a lot more intriguing.
Yeah, because like it's like the whole story. Like everybody gets like a turn. Everybody gets a like everybody gets something out of this, and it's just not like a regular like haha like this is over. Everybody gets something out of it,
Yeah,
and then like we can spin off with Mercedes going at Julia because Julia wants her shot for the title, and then we have her versus Sky Blue, and then we eventually get the return of Britt Baker or Jamie Hayter, which they have just evaporated into the ether, which I have no idea what's going on. Like they
right.
just
Not even a hint.
dis yeah, like they disappear and like there's no oh they're injured or anything. They just disappear. They're just gone. And it's like, oh, okay. So
Yes, I heard they were both like cleared.
so that's not correct because one, the Jamie Hayter thing is she's close to being cleared. That's what's
Okay,
been rumored. She's close to being cleared. And the other one is the Britt Baker story is we have no fucking idea what's wrong with her. Like no one knows if she's injured. No one knows if she's taking time off. No one knows. No one has any idea. And like
okay,
one of the things somebody was saying, like, oh, she's taking care of Adam Cole. And I mean, that could have been a thing, but she was out way before Adam got injured. So it's not that simple. It's just not like, hey, yeah,
yeah,
that's the thing. But yeah, we'll find out eventually. So then we had Samoa Joe, and he did an interview with Renee Young, and he was talking about how he felt after Swerve punched him. He was like, "Yeah, you hit me with a cheap shot, but you're not gonna win, so it doesn't matter what you did." He was like, "Because when it comes to that match, I'm gonna hurt you, and that's just that." I'm like, okay, like these backstage interviews they made no sense because like it was connected to another interview with Swerve, and then like it went on to something else, and I was like, well, that makes no fucking sense. Like, this makes no sense. Like everything about that was structured wrong, and it was like that's stupid. And speaking of
yeah. It was like off.
yeah, and then speaking of wrong structured, we had a video package for the Young Bucks FTR match, and the Young Bucks cut the footage and they said, don't play this footage, blah, 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 blah. And they're standing there with Okada, and Tony Khan is right there. Like, Tony Khan is the weirdest fucking thing. He's just sitting there. He's not saying a motherfucking word. He's not saying shit. He's just sitting there, like, okay. And it's like, Doug, you're on camera. Do something. No. It's like,
Like,
what do we
like
mean?
exactly. Like, tell me if I'm wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Tony over them as far as like authority, and they're
Yes.
basically telling him what to do?
Yes.
Like, that's weird.
It's like I understand it's part of the storyline, but you're sitting there looking just like nothing. You're just there. You're like, okay. And it's like you
He
have
shouldn't have been
no
on camera.
he shouldn't have. And then like the thing is he has no emotion, no reflex, nothing. He's just sitting there like, uh-huh. And it's like, dog, just do something. Like you're on camera, you're part of the story. Just like say something, or like even be like, I guess, like just like have a little emotion or something because it just felt so weird. It felt like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Just like some guy just sitting there, just like, okay, and it's like, do something, like do something. I feel like I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's totally fucking weird. So
Half of it, I didn't even know he was there until like, yeah, like they left and whatever, and all you see was Tony. Like they stood at him like towards the end, like 5, 10 seconds too, at one point.
yeah, and he did nothing. He just was there. And it's like, okay. So then we had Pac, Daniel Garcia, Penta versus the Elite. And they're having this match, and a lot of people was like, oh, this match was really good. And it's like, it was there. That's all I can say. It's like, it was there because it didn't spark nothing to me to go like, oh my God, this is so great. It was like, it was just there. It happened. Okay.
I liked it. I mean, it wasn't great. It was good at most.
Yeah. It was one of those things like I'm watching it, and then the Young Bucks are doing like 1997 Rock shit, where Rock is just like talking like on a headset and just like doing shit outside of the ring, and it's like, yeah, it's just I don't want to see that, but okay. And people like I love when people just like totally defend. Dude, you don't get it. They're trying to be really annoying EVPs, and they're trying to make you mad, and that's what they're doing. Because that's what a real annoying EVP. It's like, no, I get it, but it's. Do you not understand that this is like sports entertainment? Like, I don't understand. Like, the main people who hate sports entertainment is like, we just want to see wrestling. Then they just do tons of sports entertainment bullshit, and you're like, nah, this is exactly what we love. And it's like, what? It's like this is the dumbest shit you can say. It's like, no. We love sports entertainment, but just not from the sports entertainment company. What the fuck do you mean? It doesn't even make fucking sense. It's just so dumb. It's just the dumbest shit. Like,
AEW was created to basically destroy sports entertainment. Like they're supposed to be the wrestling company. What
yes,
the hell?
it's supposed to be the complete opposite of what everybody knows as sports entertainment. They're like, no, this is the complete opposite. And it's like, no,
Yeah,
the Young Bucks is just doing exactly sports entertainment. And everybody's like, I love that shit. That shit's great. And it's like, it's just sports and entertainment. You're not doing anything different. It's like, okay, okay. My rant with the people is over because after that, the Young Bucks beat up Daniel Garcia, and then Pac just grabbed a hammer and was going to hit them. And then this is another thing that fucks me up. They go, well, on Collision, we're going to have a 6-person match, and it's going to be the New Elite versus Pac and FTR. It's like, you mean the night before their pay per view match, the ladder match, and the Pac and Okada match, we're going to have a 6-person match. Okay. Okay.
something's seriously wrong with that company.
Like, that's all I can say is like, okay. And people be like, well, they do it on WWE. They do it, they don't do it the exact night before. Like, if you ever watch SmackDown, SmackDown is like a hodgepodge of bullshit right before the pay per view. They're like, hey guys, like, yeah, this person's gonna punch this person's gonna say some shit to this person. We're not having matches. We're just gonna, you just gotta wait for that. All right, fuck it, whatever. That's exactly how it is. It's like,
Yeah,
fuck it, whatever. Like, and this time it's just like, no. We're gonna put a lot of matches that have stuff to do with each other right before the pay per view. It's like, okay, that's stupid. And and then we have this Jericho and the Hook situation, the Jericho vortex. I am so fucking irritated with Jericho just existing. Is just fucking annoying. It's just fucking annoying. And he just keeps telling Hook, Hook, I'm trying to teach you this. And then Taz is like, dude, I don't think he wants to hear it from you. He's like, shut up, Taz. He's like, I'm gonna do something that you never did. I'm gonna teach him something smart. And it's like, what? What are you talking about? Like, why are you doing this? And then he pushed Taz down, and Taz goes down, and Excalibur goes, oh no, Taz has bad knees. I was like, that's so fucked up. When he went down, he goes, Taz has bad knees. Oh, like, oh my god,
and
dude,
the bad part's not even his knees; it's his neck.
dude, they just totally was like he has bad knees, and I just cracked up because like that's why he didn't get right back up because his knees are bad. I was like, dude, that is hilarious. So then Hook just grabbed Jericho and said, I will beat your ass anytime, anywhere, any place. Like, okay, all right. And that sets up another match because this is the second match Jericho has with Hook. Once again,
This
I
time apparently it's for the title too.
yeah, it's for the FTW title, but once again, I reiterate, I'm glad Hook is taking free agency seriously and looking elsewhere. I'm so glad because I
Yes.
don't want him around Jericho. And I know his feuds aren't always going to be with Jericho, but I feel like if he gets away from this, and Jericho always keep said in this interview, like, I always elevate people and they get better. And it's like, no, you don't. It's the weirdest fucking thing. Like, I don't understand. And we shot him some bill a couple times on this podcast because like they pointed out, listen, yeah, it's not his fault, it's the Booker's fault of why these people aren't over. But also it's the point of Jericho could call the shots and be like, I want to work with this person, which brings them into the Jericho vortex, and after that you never get out. And then that's it. It's just weird.
Pretty much.
So then we had an interview with Swerve. And Swerve is talking to Renee, and Renee says, well, how are you going to deal with Samoa Joe this Sunday at the pay per view? And Swerve said, like, I like this answer from Swerve because Swerve goes, you know, I can tell you Renee, but you know what? I'd rather tell Samoa Joe to his face. And he just gets up and leaves, and he like wants to talk to Joe. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Like that's something that you should say when you're trying to like talk shit to somebody. Be like, yeah, I'm not going to tell you. I want to say it to that person's face. It's like, okay. And I still reiterate, there was no reason for this interview and the Joe interview to get to something later on. There was no reason for it.
Yeah.
So then we had Mariah May versus Deonna Purrazzo. And this match was good, which I love how there was Dave Meltzer saying there was no heat for this. And then Brian's like, no, there is heat for this. And they're going back and forth arguing because apparently they didn't hear the crowd. Once again, I think Dave Meltzer is going deaf because this is the second time he said some shit and it's like literally documented on camera. But the crowd was actually hot for this. The crowd actually started popping for this because this was a good match. Like, I liked it.
Yeah, it was a good match.
And it was over because Deonna Purrazzo won. And then they attacked Deonna Purrazzo, and she got attacked. And then here comes Thunder Rosa, who punched the living dog shit out of fucking Luther for no fucking reason. Like, knocked his ass the fuck out. Luther was knocked the fuck out.
I don't think he even was trying to stop her. He was just standing there.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. Like, he just was standing there, and she was like, wow! Thunder Rosa just knocked the shit out of him. And then she helps out, and then Mariah May beats up Deonna Purrazzo, which leaves Toni Storm and Thunder Rosa in the ring. And Thunder Rosa beats the shit out of Toni Storm and puts makeup in her face and covers her face because, you know, Toni wiped off her makeup, so she puts makeup on her face to make her feel the same way that she felt. And it was like, oh, that's a cool thing. I agree with it.
Made sense. Yeah.
Yep. So then we get the ROH 6-man tag champs, the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. And they come out, well, not come out, they're talking to Renee, and they challenge the Acclaim to what Renegade has dubbed the 12-man championship.
You remember that? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's technically what it'd be.
Yes. And I feel so bad for Jay. And I know people be like, no, you're just an e-drone because you keep saying this. I would not have came back on this podcast and said this if one of my friends who is a total New Japan fan, she DM'd me and said, hey, I don't watch AEW like that. What's Jay White has been up to? I explained to her what Jay White's been up to, and she's like, I feel so bad for him. I wish he never left New Japan. And I'm like, God damn, like I feel the same way too. But it's just like I will never not get away from this thing that he should have just waited. He should have took indie bookings and he should have just signed him to WWE. I will never not go for this. Like I know he's got like 3 more years. I won't like when his contract comes up, if he's not going for free agency, I'm saying it right now. That's the dumbest fucking move you can make. Because like your stock did not go up being in AEW. It dropped severely. Like, even if you go to
Yes.
WWE and what everybody goes, the joke is always, oh, he's going to be wrestling The Miz. He's going to be wrestling The Miz. That would be galaxies way more than what the fuck he's doing here. Because in the Triple H era, it's not going to be that shit. It's going to be like, all right, I'm going to have a plan for you. You're going to do some shit, and you're not just going to be some guy. You're going to do some shit. And it's like, I, I totally fucking want him to leave. And then we have the Acclaim. They respond, and Billy Gunn just admits to everything that like a real dad should admit to. I've been beating these two kids' ass for years, and it's like, oh well, he's just being dad. Like, because I saw somebody was like, why would he say that? It's like, dude, he's a dad. Of course, he's whipping his kid's ass. What the fuck are you talking about?
I even made the joke to you, like, did he just admit to child abuse?
Yeah, he basically. But see, here's the thing: when he was whooping their ass, it wasn't child abuse. Now it's child abuse. So he can admit to that shit. They're grown. He beat the shit out of them back then.
Yeah.
But I was just like, yeah, like that's what a dad should do, and they accept it. And I I want this to go one way and one way only. I want it to go no other way. I want Max Caster to get away from the claim. They break up, and this all starts because they lose the fucking 6-person tag champs. That's what I want. I want this to, and we get Jay White away from them, but he's still stuck in the 6-man, which is inevitable. But yeah, this has to end. This has to.
Wouldn't it be better just I'm throwing this out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That Bullet Club Gold loses, and then like Jay gets pissed off, and then he leaves them instead of Max leaving the claim.
No,
Like he can leave them eventually, but Jay leaves quicker.
no, no.
No,
This
okay.
bullet cold glove bullshit has to run its course. Because remember, Juice Robinson is part of it, and he has to come back, and they have to do whatever the fuck they were going to do with that bullshit. So he has to come back, and they
Oh
still
yeah,
have to be a crew until that dissolves. Like that's the only way it goes. And I kind of think Tony just loves the Bullet Club aesthetic, and he wants that to stay. So I would be okay with him staying in that, even though he's in a shitty part of town. But I want the Acclaim to break up because Anthony Bowens, it's about time for you to go on your own, to be your own person. You're cool. You deserve it. You need to be by yourself. That's it.
yeah,
So then we had a match, which I'm happy that we had because we had Shane Taylor on Dynamite versus Orange Cassidy, and this was a great match. This was a great match.
yeah. It was good.
So they rehabbed Shane Taylor Promotions by adding Lee Moriarty, which we already knew, and then adding Anthony Ogogo. Now he's back and he's part of Shane Taylor Promotions, which we have talked about before, but this is the first time I'm just going into like, yeah, this is fully a brand new thing. And of course, Shane Taylor lost, which I really wish he would have won, but he looked like a monster, so that's good. And after
Yeah,
the
he
match,
wrecked Orange.
oh yeah, he beat the shit out of Orange. And I love it because Orange could like take a beating and still look cool. So it was like
Yeah,
everybody won. Like there was nobody that lost in this because the whole Shane Taylor promotions, they look cool in this. Like Shane Taylor himself looked cool, Orange looked cool. Nobody came out as a bad guy. This everybody came out as like everybody wins. And then after the match, Shane Taylor Promotions beats Orange because Orange won. They beat him down, and all of a sudden, I lied to you not. I had no idea who the fuck ran out to save him, and they just died mercifully. Like as they're running out, it's Christopher Daniels and Evan Bourne, and they both get hit with a chair by fucking Trent Beretta. I had no idea who they were. All I know is like I looked down. They was like, "Here's some help," and oh my god, what happened? And I looked back up, and Trent Beretta just holding the chair, beating the shit out of people. I'm like, well, goddamn, Trent, let me know who they are first. And then they was like, that's Evan Bourne and Christopher Daniels. I was like, Jesus Christ, he murdered the shit out of them.
you know the funny part? I didn't even realize Chris Daniels was out there.
See, that's how quick Trent Beretta attacked everybody. Like they literally ran out. They were like 3 inches from the stage. Trent Beretta just beat the shit out of them. And then like Sage Shadow Promotions is like, oh, he's gonna come down there and kick our ass, baby. And he's like, no, no, no. You can keep fucking him up. I don't give a shit. And he walked off, and it was like, okay. Like it was the funniest shit. It
I
was
swear he
like
just stood there and watch him get his ass kicked.
he did, but then he just turned around and just left and was like, fuck him. And just left. I was like, okay, I'm down for that. So then we get the main event. And the only problem I had with the main event was the main event was supposed to be not the last thing. This main event went right up to the fucking 10 o'clock hour. It went right up to 10 o'clock. And I'm like, well, just let this match go on for like 2 more seconds and then we just end the show. But then it was like, no, 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 we still got this swerve and joke thing. I was like, God damn it. Because this match was really good. Like, of course, Will Ospreay won. And then, like, after the match, the Don Callis family starts beating up Claudio because they still got beef with Claudio for some fucking reason. And then Moxley comes out to help. And the whole time, Will Ospreay is pissed. Will's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you didn't have to beat him down. And, like, he turns to Kyle Fletcher and was like, dude, what the fuck? And Kyle Fletcher just walks up like, nah, fuck you. Like, we'll do what we want. So, eventually, hopefully soon, we get the Don Callis family breaking away from Will Ospreay, which, to be honest, he shouldn't have been in it for this long anyway. This makes no sense. This makes no fucking sense. Because here it goes. You want to know? Here it goes. Here it goes, people. Because Will has already faced every member of the Don Callis family already. He's faced Kyle Fletcher. He faced Takeshita, Will Hobbs, and like he faced everybody. He faced all of them one by one by one. And it's like, it's just a little infighting in the family. And it's like, okay, now that he's breaking away from the family, they're going to be like, okay, you need to fight these guys again. It's like, no, he did that already. So what's the point in having him break away and then fight him again? This makes no sense.
He's probably gonna have his crew with him, or like a new form of it. United.
There is
Kingdom?
no crew. There is no crew. Kyle Fletcher is his crew. That's the problem. Kyle Fletcher is part of United Empire. Like there's nothing you can do. Like
That's what I mean, like a new one to go against them.
There shouldn't, like, I don't want him to have a crew. I just want him to be Will Ospreay by himself. And I want the Don Callis family to be like, you know what? We'll give you your release papers. Like, best of luck in your future endeavors and walk off. And that's it. Like, they never have anything else to do with each other. Like, just have Will Ospreay just go by himself and just be like, all right, fuck it, I'm done. And Don Callis be like, you know what? I don't even want to fight you. We're done. And that's it. That's what it should be. That's what it should be. Because I don't want any form of anything with the Don Callis family and Will Ospreay. Like, I want Will Ospreay by his fucking self doing Will Ospreay shit, and we have no fucking faction with him. Just like, all right, cool, whatever. We're moving on. That's all I want. That's all I want.
Yeah, but they're gonna go the other way.
I really hope, I really hope not. And the company that this has been over the last couple of months, I don't have any fucking belief and no fucking real proof that they're going to go this way. I don't. Like, I don't give a shit what anybody says. I have no faith in Tony Khan booking this in just a regular, all right, we're just going to do a clean split and move the fuck on. It's going to be some fuckery where they're going to do some, oh, we're going to give Will a crew, and Will's going to face his crew against the Don Callis family, and we're going to be stuck in this ever entertaining loop for like another 6 months. And it's like, that's not what we need. You have Will Ospreay, the guy for your company. Break him away from his Don Callis bullshit. Let him run wild as a face for a while and be the face of your company at All In. Win the world title. Have nothing to do with Don Callis' family for this next couple of months. That's it. That's it. And I know people are like, well, what are you going to do from now to All In? All In is in like 4 months. All In is in 4 months. You have like a couple pay-per-views. You have You have Forbidden Door, which no one is looking forward to. You have Double or Nothing, which you could just like throw him against anybody because he's still got matches that he hasn't wrestled unless you burn through him like very quickly. Like you can have him against anybody. Like there's enough people on the card you could be like, all right, he's facing this person or this person or this person. Like that's the only problem about burning through matches on Dynamite and Collision. It's like if you burn through them, there's no big thing where people go, "Oh, this is a pay-per-view match." It's like, no, no, no. We're just giving out the match for free. It's like that's the only disadvantage.
Yeah, there's nothing to look forward to at a pay per view.
Yeah, it's like we're just done right now. It's like well, here's the match. This is a rematch from the match they had 2 weeks ago, which is like nothing. And it's like, yeah, I kind of don't care.
Yeah,
So then we had the main event angle where Swerve comes out and he calls out Joe, and Joe has a wall of security in between him and Swerve. And he was like, yo, I'm gonna beat your ass, Joe. He was like, I wanted to tell you to your face, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. And Joe's like, yeah, you can't get to me because of security. So Swerve did the greatest thing ever. He does a double stomp onto security, not just jokingly. He double stomps on the security and flattens security. Like this is like 10 dudes. He does a double stomp on 10 dudes and just murders them. And Joe just like gets up, throws Swerve, and gets in the ring and start doing Nana's dance because he's gonna fuck Nana up. But here comes Swerve. Swerve beats the shit out of him, and Swerve's about to go up for the finisher. And right as he's about to go up for the finisher, Joe picks him up, hits the muscle buster, leaves him laying, stands over him with the world title. So, you know, it's the whole go home sequence, and you know what that means.
fucking Swerve's winning.
Yeah,
Obviously.
because Swerve's winning, which a lot of people have been saying the same thing I'm saying. You don't have to rush and put Swerve with the title, but everybody's like, no, 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 we have to. Because what's really funny, also, I've heard a couple people, and I didn't really think about this because like I have kind of been checked out. It was like, no, I really want to see the match, but I haven't thought about what they've been saying. They said Swerve has cooled off from when Swerve was at his hottest. And do you agree?
Um, yeah, actually, like I think they liked him better as a heel. Now that he's a face, like it seems he's not getting cheered as much as he used to.
Yeah, the funny part is like I just like totally have been checked out, and I just like kind of was like, just Swerve doing Swerve things. Just like, but they said a lot of people have like kind of chilled on him, and like he should have won the title a while ago, and now it's like it's taking too long. And if they push it off any longer, it's going to be a little bit, a little bit. They don't really want to see it. And I'm kind of just like, whatever happens, happens. That's how I feel. It's like whatever happens, happens.
Yeah,
So that happened. So after the show, Ruby Soho came out, and her and Cool Hand Ains came out, and she said she's pregnant. And congratulations to Ruby, which sparked like about 35 people going, okay, this is part of the storyline, right? And then people was like, no, they're actually dating in real life. They're getting married next month, and she's actually legit pregnant. And everybody's like, wait, what? Like this wasn't just like a storyline. They're like, no, 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 this was real. Like they've been dating. And the funny part is like I actually said that to you off podcast. I was like, they kind of look like they could be a couple. Like the way that they're doing a couple of things, I'm
yeah.
like, they could be a couple. And apparently they have been dating and they're getting married next month. And she's really pregnant. She's legit pregnant. So congratulations.
Congratulations to them. Like that's fucking awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm glad that happened. Congratulations to them.
AEW, where babies are made.
Yes, because I don't like the other saying. I'm going with the one that you said, where babies are made.
Okay.
So now go over to WWE land, and it starts off with Rhea Bloody Ripley coming out with her arm in a sling, and she's giving up the title. She's vacating the title. Now, so this was said she had an AC sprain. By Brian Alvarez says she had an AC sprain, and PW Insider said it was an AC tear. So here's the thing: if it's an AC sprain, she would be out for like a couple of weeks. The AC sprain
Yeah.
would be out for a couple of months. So people are like, wait, is this a work? Like she's going to be out for a couple of months. They had to get the title off of her. And I'm just like, I don't like, I think she's really hurt. Like I do know that think that she's really hurt. I just don't know the timeline of when she's coming back. Renegade even said that, hey, I think she's doing this because she's getting married. I
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a real injury. This is a real injury. The timetable of the injury is unknown. And some people are like, maybe they just took it off of her because, it would have been hard to find somebody to beat her for the championship. It's like, no, it wouldn't be. And like,
No.
yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Like this is a real injury. It came out of nowhere. And you can see by how the way that they literally have to find a champion and they have nothing set up. They have nothing set up, and they're like, all right, we're just fucking blinded here, and we're gonna figure some shit out over the weekend. And that's a real thing. Like, I want her to get better, like, but it's like, yeah, like she's legit hurt. So
It's a fucking shame for everybody involved, not just her.
actually, it's not. It's really not. It's really not. And I'm gonna tell you why, because it's like it's literally one of the best thing. Like this is the best karma that you can ever have. And I know somebody's like, what the fuck? Like somebody getting hurt is the best karma. Yes, because it plays into everything and it's a real fucking story. Because Liv got injured and Rhea took her out. Now
Yeah.
this was a quote unquote storyline injury, but Liv did get injured and Rhea's storyline took her out. Liv accidentally injured Rhea because like it was she when she threw her, she went into the wall a little bit too hard, and that's when the shoulder thing happened. And it's like now because of that, Liv has already started like her Liv Morgan revenge tour, and now she's like I told you I was gonna take everything from you. And now it feels like to a person that's watching this and watching the story going, oh my God, she got her revenge. Like, because she took her out. So now she took her out. Oh my God, this is a story. And when she comes back, she's coming back for Liv because Liv came out while Rhea is doing her title vacation. And Liv is just like gloating and laughing at her, and security are holding them apart. And it's like, okay, you have a built in story. No matter if Liv wins the title or not, you have a built in story that everybody's going to be like, oh, they took each other out. This is revenge. They want revenge. And this is a story that, like, once Rhea comes back and she faces Liv, I don't want them to have a regular match. I want them for their first match to just have a match and they just go to disqualification. And they just like beat the shit out of each other. And you can't stop them. They just
Yeah.
fucking beat the shit out of each other. And it's like, dude, it's the most perfect thing that you can have. This is the most perfect happy accident that you can have. Because it feels so genuine, like Liv actually did this on purpose when it was an accident and like it just was one of those freak things. You just feel like this is perfect. It's perfectly written. You don't have to do anything. It's like when she comes back, she's gonna fight Liv, get her revenge. And Liv has been posting on Twitter. Like she took up Drew McIntyre's thing, and she's like, "Yeah, Drew, like you're not the only one that can be a hater." And she's just like totally trolling the shit out of her, and she's talking about using her arms, and it's like, dude, like this feud is gonna be great.
You sold me on it because like initially I was thinking like it's bad for Liv because Liv was supposed to beat her 100%.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I would think like it'd be better for her like get the glory actually pinning Rhea, taking everything away from her that way. But like I see your point too, and like at the end they could go into like a last woman standing, like they go into double DQ and then the next match will probably be last woman standing or something
Yeah,
brutal.
and see, once you get there,
Yeah.
like the thing that I would do that would be so much better. What I would let
Mhm.
Liv beat Rhea. I would let Liv cheat to beat Rhea because
Yeah.
Rhea's going to be a face when she comes back, and Liv is going to be the heel. Let Liv
Yeah.
cheat to beat Rhea. Have her beat her,
Yeah.
and then Rhea doesn't have the title, and Rhea has to go for it. She has to find a way to get to the title, and then like you can even build that up to WrestleMania. Depending on how long she's out, you can build that up to WrestleMania. And it's like this is all like it's all great. And also, you don't have to give Liv the title just like immediately because they still have to crown a new champion. You don't have to give her the championship immediately. You can do something and have somebody beat Liv, and Liv goes, "Oh no, I'm still on my revenge tour." And Liv goes after that person, and you're just like, "Holy shit!" And then Liv finally gets the title, and when she gets the title, that's when Rhea comes back, and it's like, okay, like this is a great story because
Yeah.
there's still that hanging thread that we have been talking about on this podcast for months and years of when Vince was there and Charlotte kept beating Liv. She kept beating Liv and she kept saying, Liv, you're not on my level. And Liv just like, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get revenge. And we kept saying, Liv needs to get her revenge. Liv needs to get her revenge. We're in the Triple H era, and I don't care what anybody thinks. If Charlotte comes back and she's on the same show as Liv, Charlotte's going to win that title immediately when she comes back, and you're going to be like, oh, it's just like the Vince McMahon era, and Liv's going to be the one to take it from her. That that's my thing. I want Charlotte to win that title and Liv take it from her because if Liv is doing this quote unquote revenge tour, Charlotte is on there. Charlotte is on there. I know Charlotte just came back, but her winning that title in a comeback, it'd be like, yay, amazing. Then we just start with the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. Liv will be the poster child for like a badassery if they do that. Because everybody be like, oh shit, like she beat the shit out of Charlotte and took the title after Charlotte won it. Wow, that's great. I'm telling you,
That
it's
that'll
right.
be
It's
fucking awesome. 1,000% long term storytelling.
yes, it like so like the funny part, a lot of people aren't gonna see it when she beats Charlotte. They're gonna be like, what the fuck? And then they're gonna tell a story. She's Charlotte never lost to Liv. And you're like, oh shit. And that's it. So then we see a very wholesome moment where the Judgment Day come and they hug Rhea, and it's a real like this is a real family moment because they are best friends and they're family and they love each other, and it was just like really wholesome and sweet. I like that,
Yeah.
and it was so funny because like I didn't see anybody go, "Oh my god, they broke character," and it's like, who gives a fuck? Like, who gives a fuck? Like this was great. Like everybody was like, "Oh, this is
I
awesome."
I honestly don't even think they broke character per se because they are a family, like on television, the Judgment Day. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I think that would happen. Like, God forbid it happens to priests and whatever, they'll do the exact same thing.
Exactly. So then we had Sheamus return, and I don't know why, but Sheamus apparently to some people, Sheamus didn't look like Sheamus. He was like, "Oh, he looks fat. He didn't. He let his body go." And it's like
You
I didn't
find a
see
minute?
exactly. That's what I was about to say. I didn't see anything wrong with Sheamus. Like
Yeah.
Sheamus is Sheamus.
The only thing that it just the me thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the new tights because they're like a little bit longer. Like, and it just because they're new and I'm not used to them, I'll get used to them. That's the only thing. Other than that, like I see no difference.
The funny part was like I seen the tights and I was like, oh, he's in his Triple H era. Like that one time Triple H was wearing shorts. I was like, oh, he's in his Triple H era. It's fine.
Yeah, when they were like a little bit longer, because I think he had like some type of injury on his thigh or
Mm-hmm.
something.
Yep. So,
Yeah,
so I was like, yeah, I don't see anything wrong here. So
yeah.
he beats Ivar. He beats the shit out of Ivar. They had a really good match. And he beats Ivar, and then he goes out and he knocks Pat's Soda over, and he hugs the shit out of Pat, and he's hugging Michael Cole, and he got Pat by the neck like he's choking him, and it's just like it's the most weirdest thing because not weird as in a bad way, it's weird because it's like we don't get to see shit like that on WWE television. Like this would be
No,
on any other wrestling show, it would be the normal, and it's just like weird that it's like, wow, we're finally letting people be human on WWE. Like he's hugging Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. He's like, I'm glad to be back, fella. And they're like, yeah, we're glad to have you back. I'm like, oh, this is they're really letting people be normal here.
I'm glad they like let him be a face because like I thought they were gonna bring him back as a heel.
Yeah, because like that would have been really dumb. They did that. I'm glad that he's a face because it makes sense.
Yeah. Hmm.
So then we had Triple H come out, and no disrespect to Triple H. Like I know that he had to come out and do this, but no disrespect to this. It's like, can you please just go back the fuck behind the curtain? Like, there's no disrespect. It's like because people are immediately going, "Oh my god, he's trying to be like Vince. He's coming out every couple of days," and it's like that's what I don't want. Like, I know he's not going to be like Vince, and he has to come out and do certain things, but I don't want him to overdo it. Like, this is probably like the fifth time we've seen him in 2 weeks, and it's like I don't want you to overdo it. Just go back behind the curtain because once you keep coming out, it's gonna be too irritating, and people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, this is just like Vince." It's like just distance yourself from this look and just stay behind the curtain.
Honestly, I think he's gonna be there on Friday, and then like after that, it's done for a
I
while.
I think he's gonna be there on Friday. He may be there one more time after that. That's what I'm gonna say. Just one more time after that, and
Okay.
if like once that's done, yeah, that's I don't want to see Hunter because I don't want him to be Vince McMahon. I just want him to be Hunter. And just like I'm behind a
Yeah.
curtain, I'm just a guy back there. You see me in backstage pictures. I talk about wrestling. That's it. Nothing else. I don't come out and do the announcement bullshit. It's like I'm done. That's all I want. That's all I want because like
Yeah.
I don't want
Special
him to become
occasions.
yeah, just special occasions. That's it. So this
Yeah.
special occasion,
It
mm-hmm,
at least like knock on wood, right?
mm-hmm,
He's not inserting himself in storylines and bullshit like that. You know what I mean? So that's a plus with this.
yeah, like I'm glad that he doesn't do that because he feels that like repugnant, and he's like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm glad that he feels that
Yeah.
way. It's just that like, yeah, he's the authority, and like
You
we
you
did
just don't want
see
to see
him,
him.
yeah, we seen him in NXT, but it was like a way different level that he would only come out like certain times. This is like I understand he's
Hmm.
like christening his new era and he has to put like his signature on everything. It's like, hey, you have to see me because I'm doing this thing. But yeah, like don't overdo it.
Yeah.
So he brings out the awesome truth and everybody's cheering for our truth, which also another one of Dave Meltzerisms. This segment wasn't over. Nobody was cheering for them. And everybody is fucking losing their goddamn minds for our truth. They're literally chanting in fucking French. They're chanting their asses off for this. And it's like, what were you watching? Like, what were you watching? Like, seriously, like, what were you watching? He's talking about, yeah, nobody cheered for this. It's like, what were you watching, dude?
That probably like one of the best moments the whole show. One of.
Yeah, because it was like fucking hilarious. Because Truth goes, I know what you are. You're a magician. Because like Triple H pulled out the titles, and then he gets in Triple H's face and says, "I know you're Tommaso Ciampa." I'm like, oh my Jesus Christ! And It was good. Like the funny part was like it went on for like 5 minutes, and then it got to the point where Triple H was like, "Can I leave?" Like he's like, "I just want to leave." He's like, "Can I go?" And they was like, "Oh, okay, you can leave." He's like, "Thank you." I was like, "Oh my god!" And
He's
the
like, you know
fun,
what? Fuck it. He took the old titles, put them on the table, put the new titles, put them on the shoulders. I'm gone. Bye.
this thing was so funny, and the best part about it was like, if you watch this, as soon as R-Truth starts doing his thing, Triple H is the first one to break. Like it's not even Adam
Yes.
Pierce, it's Triple H. He just starts laughing and he's like trying to contain it, and then Truth just keeps going. And like Pierce is in shambles, and Hunter's like, nah. He's like, I can't do this. And this was
Miz
so
is like
good,
used to it, so he's good.
right? It was so fucking good. Like this was a good segment. I really liked this.
Apparently, Miz speaks perfect French too, which I would think he would be a little bit off, but like apparently someone said like he spoke like perfectly.
Dude, he's been married to Maurice for like 10 years. They've been dating for like 12 years. And Maurice, like, she's French Canadian. She speaks French. So of
Yes.
course he's had enough time to figure out how to speak this way.
Yeah.
So then they leave and we get a triple threat match for number one contenders for the tag titles. And it's DIY versus the Creed brothers versus the New Day. And I 100% am glad that DIY won. I kind of don't know if they're going to pull the trigger, which I really want them to, but I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger.
Are you sure that was DIY though? Because like I swear our truth said that's the heartbreak kid Shawn Michaels in the game Triple H.
Okay, it was Regeneration X. So, what do you think of the new tag titles? First off,
I like him. I really like him.
I I'm not gonna lie, I'm still indifferent. I like them. They may have to grow on me, but right now I'm completely indifferent. And
Yeah.
I'm just glad that after all this time, we finally got the tag titles. Finally.
Yes.
So, also, the Creeds had new music, which I hate. Whoever these fuck Def Rebel, they have to stop doing music because, like, they keep fucking doing crappy ass music. It's like, I can't take it. I can't take it anymore.
Nah. Like fuck them. I agree.
So, DIY next week is going to take on the Awesome Truth. So, then we had Drew McIntyre in the back, and Jackie Redmond is saying, Drew, how do you feel about last week when CM Punk screwed you out of the main event? And Drew's just laughing and he's laughing, and Drew just breaks the fucking TV. He just kicks the TV and he's fucking pissed. And he walks off,
Like tell me how you really feel.
right? So I honestly don't know what they're gonna do with Drew because like Drew has a little bit like he has a couple they said a couple weeks or like a month or something that he's still signed with WWE. So I don't know what they're gonna do. And like, okay, well, we'll figure it out. So yeah. So speaking of Drew, let's talk about it. So
Mhm.
Drew isn't the only one coming up with his contract up. It's Drew, Seth, Becky, and Finn Balor. Like all four of them are contracts are expiring very, very soon. And WWE hasn't renegotiated them. What are your
Hmm.
thoughts? What are your thoughts on these people being free agents?
I mean, let's go by them one by one. Becky, I'm fine with
Mm-hmm.
because she's done everything in WWE already. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, she doesn't really need to like resign or whatever. Seth too. Now that I think about it, actually. You know,
Okay.
what I mean, he was the first like world champion, so I'm fine with both of them. Only real loss would probably be Drew. You know, what I mean, because I think he has a lot more to do. Like get back that world title, have
Hmm.
like a little run with that shit.
I would
But like I'll be fine.
so to me, I'm indifferent on like all of them except for Finn Balor because I feel like Finn Balor needs a real redemption story. Like he needs a real
Oh yeah,
WWE main roster redemption story because he never got to reach his full potential. And now that Triple H is in charge, I want to see what he does with Finn Balor when he gives Finn Balor just like the keys of the kingdom. He goes, "All right, it's your time." I want to see if he can do that. Like I'm not like I said, I don't know. I don't know if Finn's gonna stay. I don't know who's gonna leave. At this point, like I really don't know. And so I'm like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, this person's definitely staying. And the smart thing for everyone would be like, you know what? I'm gonna test free agency so I can see what AEW offers and if WWE is gonna match it. Like that would be the smart thing.
yeah.
Unless unless because this is kind of like a rumor that people have been talking about, unless WWE is doing a new thing where everybody's like, no, 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 these guys have not re-signed and they are already re-signed. We've already seen that one time when it was like, oh, Cody Rhodes has not re-signed, and Cody Rhodes was like, no, I re-signed back in October because they was like, yeah, his contract is up and he hasn't re-signed. He's like, no, I re-signed back in October and we just like hammered out a couple of things, but yeah, I re-signed back. It's like, yeah, so this could be one of those
So
things.
they could be resigned for real.
Yeah, and like that's what I'm saying. Like right now, it's just like we're just at a stage of we don't know, and we're just speculating on what could happen. But yeah, like I kind of want Finn to stay. As far as Seth and Becky, I don't know where they're gonna go. I don't know where Drew is gonna go. I don't know if Drew wants to stay or wants to go. Don't know what's gonna happen. I we'll see what happens.
I agree with you on Finn. Like I forgot about him not resigning
Yeah.
yet.
So then we have a tag team match, which is Maxine Dupree, Ivy Nile versus Indy and Candice. And Maxine had on a tribute gear to the Bellas, a Bellas tribute gear. So the Bellas were talking on a podcast, I think it was their podcast, that they were actually really going, hey, we saw Mercedes Monet debut in AEW, and I think it was Brie that said this, and she was like, I was thinking about picking up and calling Tony Khan and asking him to sign to AEW. And then Tony Khan was asked about it. He was like, yo, he was like, I have no problem with signing Nikki and Brie. It would be great if they showed up. Like, that would be cool. He was like, I would sign them. Now, I have no problem with them signing because it is what it is. But the thing of how so many people switched from going, you know what, Nikki and Brie aren't that bad, to being Nikki and Brie is bad, and also how the AEW fans was like, oh my god, they are so awesome, when they were also going, Nikki and Brie are really bad, and it's like,
Yeah, especially Brie. They come at Brie real bad too.
yeah, but I've seen like since the Tony Khan thing, they've been like, they're not that bad, they're actually really good. Like I love
Hmm.
Brie in the ring, and it's like, what? It's like, oh, okay, and like this tribalism bullshit, but it's like they just act like, oh, the Bellas was like the best thing in the world. And I've been heard a couple people go, they revolutionized the women's wrestling, and it's like that's not true. And I know there's like a lot of diva stands that like try to rewrite history because they're like they love a lot of diva stuff. And it's like you guys came in and said all of this stuff when on the other side we went through, there were only a few handful of good women, and it was Trish, fucking Lita, Molly Holly, Ivory. We went through a real period.
Victoria.
Yeah, when we went through a real period when women were wrestling, but they were still just like eye candy, but they were wrestling, kind of like the stuff that they're doing now. And when people go, oh, the Divas was this, Divas was that was the transitional period right after Lita and Trish and everybody stepped away. And we kind of had like the Alicia Foxes and like the random people were just random women. And people go, oh my God, the Divas, well, this is the girls going, the Divas were so good. And it's like, no, before the Divas was great. And then the period when they started transitioning after the Divas were really great. Because like Nikki and Brie were the in between. They were like, hey, we're the Diva Search girls. We're here because they just want women here. Hey. And then Nikki and Brie was like, no, we're gonna figure out how to wrestle. And they started gradually getting good. Then when they got in there with real wrestlers, when Paige showed up, when AJ Lee showed up, when Naomi showed up, it was like, oh, we can wrestle. Even Natty, when Natty showed up, they were like, oh, we can wrestle. And that's when they started to grow and become like legit women wrestlers. And
Yeah.
that's what's so funny to me how everybody goes, oh, the Divas was this. And it's like they have Diva stands, and it's like, guys, like the Divas era was just like, it was there. It wasn't any good. I'm sorry. It wasn't any good. The moment when Nikki and Brie decided we're going to wrestle, that's when everything started to transition. They were like, yeah, no, we're gonna put a little effort into our matches. We don't really give a shit what Vince says. We're gonna put a little effort. And then you had other people come up and go, oh yeah, we're gonna help. And that's when women's wrestling started to get good right before the revolution hit.
Yeah. You had them. I believe you had Michelle McCool with them. You had Layla with them. They all like eventually like became wrestlers,
Yeah,
not
they
divas.
they started that era because Mickey James was there too, and that was before she went to
Mickey James,
TNA. And it
yes.
was like, yeah, this is the start of it. This is the genesis. And then when they finally seen FCW women and NXT women, it was like, you know what? We can do that up here. And it started to evolve. And I remember a lot of people at WrestleMania, what was that, 32, when they got rid of the Divas title and made the WWE Women's Championship. That was the end of the era. That was the end of Nikki and Bree's time when it was like, yeah, this is it. We're done. Like we're done. We're passing it off to you guys, and that was the thing. So yeah,
Yeah.
them getting back in the ring at AEW is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know what they're gonna do, but it is what it is. So yeah, good for them if they go to AEW.
Yep.
It to me, it would also be a really smart move because the women who found wrestling through Total Divas are hardcore Nikki and Brie fans, so they would go to AEW to watch them. So that would be more eyeballs, and that's something they really need right now. More eyeballs on AEW if they go. So that would be a smart move on Tony's part.
Yeah. I guess sign them. That's if they want to sign too, because they might change their mind later.
I kind of think they're kind of serious about it. So yeah. So back to Ivy Dial and the way. So Indy distracts the ref by accident, and Maxine is going for a tag. The ref doesn't see it, and Indy comes in and knocks out Maxine. And Candice is on the floor, and Candice gets the win. And Candice is like, "Wait a minute, did you cheat? Did you cheat?" And Candice is so happy. She's like, "You cheated. We won." And she was so
I'm so
happy.
proud. She goes.
It was so awesome, and I'm glad that happened. I'm glad that happened.
You
So,
predicted it.
oh yeah. So then we had a little video package for Damian Priest from where he went from Punishment Martinez coming into WWE, and how he got signed and how he evolved until Damian Priest. And it was an actually really good video package. I liked it.
Yeah, me too.
Like it once again was one of those things where it hits me in the feels from like coming from knowing him from Punishment Martinez and Ring of Honor to watching him become the world champion in WWE. Yeah, it hits me in the feels.
He said 10 years ago he was sleeping in his car and shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
wow.
I mean, that's what a lot of wrestlers go through because
Yeah.
they don't get a lot, they don't get paid a lot, and they have to struggle to get to where they're going. So, like, yeah, the grind is a real thing.
Yep.
So then they come back, and he's telling Judgment Day, he was like, "Yo, we got to get more murderous," and he's telling Dom when he goes out there to beat the shit out of Ricochet, and then he turns to Finn and he says, "Yo, you're facing Jey Uso tonight, and Jey Uso's my opponent. I don't want you to just go out there. I want the Prince. I want you to be that Finn Balor." And Finn gives him a little smile. And he's like, "Okay, don't worry." And then like they bump fists, and Finn goes to get ready, and I was like, hmm. That's how I felt like,
There was a little dissension there too, because like Finn alluded to the fact, like correct me if I'm wrong, like he kind of alluded to the fact he wants back the tag team titles, he wants a rematch.
yes, that's what Finn wants to tag titles. But because Damian Priest is the world champion, he don't give a fuck about those tag titles. So
Exactly.
that was a thing. So they showed Chad Gable in the ring, and Chad Gable is working out with the Creed brothers. Yeah,
Huh.
Chad Gable's working out with the Creed brothers. And the video package, well, not a video package, but from earlier, and he's talking about his match with Sammy. I have a match with Sammy tonight, and I'm going to have this match, and I'm going to win the IC title. So, yeah. So then we get Andrade versus Dominic. I messed up and said it was Ricochet, but it was Andrade versus Dominic. So they have the match. Andrade winds up beating Dominic, then gets jumped by JD, and they're beating him down, and then Ricochet comes in and helps. So Ricochet comes and helps Andrade, and they set up for the tag team match next week. Is going to be Andrade and Ricochet versus Dom and JD.
It's fine.
Yeah, because like the funny part is like all of this to me means absolutely dick all because we're going into the
Yeah.
draft in like 2 weeks, so like none of this means anything. Also, by the way, Dominic did a Canadian Destroyer on the apron to Andrade.
Yeah. Like the kid's getting way better.
Yeah, and this is in WWE. This is this is weird because in WWE, it's like they're just doing shit. They're like, okay, we're doing shit. So yeah, I'm. So they did a Bloodline video package of what happened with the Bloodline and Tama Tonga coming in, and Jay Uso once again says, "Yo, I want my family to get back together because I know if we get back together, we could all be on the same page. I don't know what's going on, but I want the family to get back together." It's like, Jay, we all know where this is going. You don't have to keep saying it.
What was funny, like he went into that, but
Mm-hmm.
then quickly was like, I don't give a fuck mode, and like, but I'm going for the title.
Yeah, and I honestly, to be honest, I don't know how that's going to end because I have a theory on what I want to happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. But like,
Okay.
I don't know. Like we'll talk about it eventually because like I have a like
All
I
right.
think like because I really think that he's going to lose the title because of Jacob Fatu. Like I think it's going to be because
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu. He's going to come in and screw everything up. But like I said, I don't know because Jacob could debut on Friday, and it'd be like, oh, well, then that takes him away from showing up to beat up Jay. But
I was just about to say that, like, his debut should be again, like, to screw over Jay.
it could be, but like if he debuts on Friday, then like that's gonna be out of the question.
Yeah,
Because like it's the pay per view is in like 2 weeks. It's in 2 weeks, and so is the whole draft thing. The draft is in no, the pay per view is in 3 weeks. The draft is in 2 weeks. So I don't know. Like, I don't know, but I feel like something is going to happen with Jay. Jay gets screwed over, but it's gonna all intertwine into Finn Balor and Damian Priest having a match somehow.
yeah,
So then we had Piper Niven and Chelsea Green versus the TikTok Toxic Tag Team because Chelsea Green and Piper need to have a win because they've been getting beat up every week. Well, Chelsea has been getting beat up because it's all been Chelsea's fault. And then they finally get a win. They finally get a win. So now they feel like they should go for the tag team championships. They feel like this is what they should do. They got this. Okay. I don't know where this is going, so I really don't care. I'm like I don't care. It
yeah.
is what it is. So that's the thing. Then we have Liv Morgan backstage, and she's talking to Kathy Kelly, and she's like, "Yeah, no, I wanted to do this. I wanted her hurt. This is my revenge, and nobody's going to stop me from being the women's world champion." Okay, so then we have Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes comes out, and I forgot to mention this on the SmackDown review. Cody Rhodes talked about the thing that The Rock gave him because Cody Rhodes said the thing that The Rock gave me was a wartime overture that I gave to The Rock, and he gave it back to me, and I know exactly what it is. Now it's more intriguing. Now it's way more intriguing because everybody was like, "Oh, it's the watch, it's the watch, it's the watch." Whatever it is, Cody gave him, and I literally think I said that. Cody gave him something, and he gave it back to him and said, "Yeah, you broke my heart. Whatever it is, I want to know what it is." Now I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I've been hearing people say it's the watch.
But see, here's the thing. It doesn't make sense because he literally said, this is what he said on SmackDown. He said, I gifted The Rock a wartime overture, and The Rock gave it back to me on Monday, and I knew exactly what it was. How the
Yeah,
fuck does him? How the fuck does him gifting the watch story makes no sense now? If he gave him the watch and The Rock gave it back to him, that makes no sense. He literally said, I gifted him a wartime overture and he gave it back to me, which means at one time I gave him something very important to The Rock. And when I broke his heart, he gave it back to me. So I know that I hurt him. And for anybody to say is the watch is like, oh, it's the watch, it's the watch, it's watch, that doesn't make any sense. Like he didn't give him the watch and he gave it back to him. Like that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
no, no, I got you. That's why I said, like, I didn't say that. Like, I've heard people say that.
No, I've heard more people
Like,
start saying it's the watch, and it's like, did you like? Because like I said, we missed talking about it on the review because we just was like skipping through it, and I was like, shit, I forgot to
yeah,
say that part. But it was just a line that was buried in his promo that said it was a wartime overture I gifted to Rock, and he gifted it back to me, and it was like, so whatever he gave. So this is also a thing which a lot of people keep forgetting. There was a slim time of like probably years ago that him and The Rock had interactions. So you don't know at what point he gave him something that meant something to The Rock. I mean, meant something to Cody that meant something to The Rock. It's like, so it's one of
yeah,
those things. It's like you don't know what it is, but it's something that Cody gave him and he broke his heart. Like I don't know what it was. And I and like people keep saying it's the watch. It's like when he literally said the thing, it doesn't make any sense. And I'm going to scream if they go, it was the watch. He gave me my dad's watch back. And it's like, how? How? You gave him something and he gave it back to you because you broke his heart. So what are you talking about?
No, I'm probably, it doesn't make sense.
Like I feel like with this story and the way that The Rock had said that his dad and that both of their dads were looking down and they were happy, I feel like it had to do something with his dad. Like I feel like it had to do something with Rocky Johnson. Like he gave him an, something from Rocky Johnson to Cody because remember he said that their dads were friends. So what if the thing that he gave The Rock was something from Rocky Johnson and it was something that him and Dusty had together. Like they were both friends, and Cody found it and said, "Hey, this is from your dad. My dad had it. They both had something similar, and because they were friends, and The Rock gave it back to him was like, no, you broke my heart. You're not my friend. That that hurt me." And it's like, okay, that's a deeper story. Like that's what I'm guessing.
No, that makes more sense. The only issue is what is it exactly, but that makes more sense.
I feel like it's either a ring or like a coin or something. Like, like I feel like it once this story pans out and that's it, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that makes sense. Because why would the like? I feel like now analyzing the Rock story from 2 weeks ago, and the Rock's like, yeah, he was like, our dads were friends and blah 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 blah, and then the wartime overture is like, oh, when they used to go to battle and they used to do tag matches or stuff together, they had like something, and he just like traded. It could have been like the smallest little thing. You know, it'd be really funny and like make me laugh. You want to
What?
know if it was a watch,
What?
not that watch, but a watch. If it was a watch, and people would be like, "See, it's the watch," and be like, "No, Rocky Johnson and Dusty had watches that were together, and I gave it to I gave The Rock his dad's watch," and I'll be like, "Dude, now I'm pissed off because it's everybody's theory plus our theory. It's just the same shit. But it
Everybody's
won't.
right.
Yeah, and it won't be the watch that Dusty had. It will be a watch that's. It will be some like it's something sim like I swear it has to do with Rocky Johnson and Dusty Rhodes. Whatever it is, it has to do with Rocky and Dusty Rhodes. Like you know, another thing that would be really funny would be like if it's like a signed thing, like they had like a little autograph thing that he had from his dad or something. Like it could have been anything.
Yeah.
Back to the show. Cody just basically says, I'm going to SmackDown. And so then we have Jay Uso versus Finn Balor. And Finn wins. I mean, Finn wins. Finn loses. Finn doesn't win shit. Finn loses. And then Judgment Day comes out to beat up Jay Uso. Jay gets out. Jay leaves. Jay goes up through the crowd. The camera is following him this whole time. They follow him through the crowd. He goes out through the concourse, walk past people, and he walks outside. And he sees Sammy. He's like, "Oos, what you doing out here?" And Sammy goes, "Dude, I used to wrestle here years ago, and this is how I came in through this front door, and I'm gonna come back in through this." And he dapped him up, and Sammy walked back in. Mind you, the camera has not cut at one point. Sammy walks back in, walks through the people, hypes up the people. Then he walks down through the people, and everybody is cheering and going crazy. And he walks into the ring. They play his music. It's the best. It's the best entrance I've ever seen. Best Raw entrance. Like I'm shocked.
That shit was fucking seamless. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was like one camera shot. It was one camera shot for about 5 minutes. Like Jay Uso goes up and leaves, Sammy comes back down, and it's just like this was great. And like I swear to God, this is one of the times where I just like, yo, point me to Kevin Dunn so I can fight him because we could have had this for years, but like Kevin Dunn held it back. So
He
then
sucked
we,
at his job.
yeah, he sucked really bad. So we had Chad Gable versus Sammy, and Sammy won and kept the title. This match was fucking awesome too, by the way.
Yep, yep,
And
100%.
and we did get the heel turn because after the match, Sammy is hugging his wife, and he's hugging his wife, and all of a sudden, Chad just suplexed the living shit out of him, and Chad just fucking beats the shit out of Sammy, and the show goes off the air like that. Now, what's really funny? You want to
Hmm.
know what's really funny? Wrestling is fucking hot again. Wrestling is fucking hot again
Yes.
because Charles Barkley on fucking the NBA show on TNT, Charles Barkley goes, you know what? I hate Chad Gable. Like I saw it, I was like, it ain't no way he just said that. And he's like, how do you suplex a man in front of his wife? He's like, that is cold blooded. I'm like, dude, you're what?
No, no,
What?
no. Not not in front of his wife, on his wife. Like if like Sammy was holding her any tighter, like he would have suplexed both of them.
True, true. But that was so wild that Charles Barkley literally mentioned Chad Gable, and it was like, it was a random thing on Raw, and you're just like, nah, I'm gonna mention it because it affected me so much. And somebody pointed this out, and I was like, oh, that is kind of weird. You know what's the weird part
Mhm.
about that? It's
What?
on TNT, the same network that fucking AEW is on, and somebody goes, dude, why is he not promoting AEW and he's talking about this random WWE thing? And I'm like, oh my god, like that just means he was watching wrestling. That's all. I can't give you any more, but like, geez. So
That says a lot without saying anything.
yes. So we switch over to NXT, and I have some things to say about NXT, which a lot of people totally miss. And like, I have to heap some praise on NXT because it's always a place to do it. But we start off with Metaphor coming out because it's Noam Dar versus Donovan Dijak, which they had a great match for no fucking reason, and Dijak wins.
No reason.
But like, yeah, it was like, what the fuck? Why are they having this great match? And it was like, I don't know, it's NXT, I guess. And
That was good for a pay per view.
yeah, and I have to say it, Dijak is one of the best, and fucking Noam Dar is great too. Like, I did not expect this. I didn't expect to leave this match going, yo, this match is awesome.
Yes.
Because like, as soon as I saw this match was on the card, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be an okay match. At the end of this match, I'm like, holy shit, this is actually really fucking good. So then we get Ava, and Ava's there, and Ilya Dragunov comes in, and she's like, dude, she's like, Trick and Metal have a match later on, and Trick fights you next week. And Dragunov goes, well, I don't have a match tonight. She's like, okay, well, you can have a match tonight. And he's like, well, who are you going to face? He's like, you know what? I'm going to face anyone. Anyone that comes out, I'm going to face him. The first person that gets in the ring, I'm going to face him. Okay. Like, I was not expecting the person to challenge them. And I was like, it was just one of those things. It's like, wow, wow. Cause this whole night was just, oh, wow. And then
I
we
don't
get
think anybody saw that coming.
nope. We get a Tatum Paxley video package. I love this. Not because I was right. I love this because they're focusing on Tatum Paxley. Like they're making her feel like a real person. Because
Yep.
she basically says, listen, I like everything that's good. And Lyra, you were good. When you had that title, you were good. And I looked up to you and I wanted to be just like you. But then you lost the title and you lost you. and I didn't like you anymore. And she talks about beating her up. I was like, okay, so I was right. She just wanted someone good. And the moment that Lyra started being a bad guy, she didn't like it. And Lyra's not even a bad guy. She just got mad and she just didn't like it. And so yeah, I'm all for
I give you
NXT.
2 points for that one because it also was for the title too.
Yes. And it's just like it's so good because I love Tatum Paxley and she's really good,
Yeah,
even though people don't think that she's any good, but fuck those people. And yeah, I I love her. Like I love her character. I love everything about her. Like she's awesome. So
yeah.
then we had Sol Ruka versus Lola Vice. And Lola wins because Blair Davenport distracts Sol Ruka, and Sol Ruka gets messed up, and Lola Vice gets the win. Now, I've said it before, I'll say it again. NXT is the only place in North America that has women's storylines, multiple women's storylines, not just one or two. Like the whole damn show is literally almost all women's storylines. It is one of the greatest.
Yes.
Yes. It's one of the greatest fucking shows when it comes to women because they have multiple storylines. Everybody, and they're not even all for the title because they set up this whole Ruka for Blair Davenport thing, and then right after this match, Natty calls out Lola Vice in the breakout match or whatever the hell the match is called, the no ropes whatever match,
Underground.
underground match, and it's like there it goes. Like we have multiple women's storylines here. It's not just one for the championship. It's multiple. Everything is like this. What makes it so good. So then we have NXT Anonymous, and we see Ridge Holland choke the shit out of fucking um, not Cruz del Toro. I mean Joaquin Wild.
Joaquin Wild.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he chokes the shit out of Joaquin Wild. And it was fun. Like it was funny because like he was talking to him, and I don't know what the fuck happened. He just turned around and just grabbed him and just started choking him. I'm like, what did he even say to set you off? Like them talking, and he goes, dude, you broke his hand. And he just starts choking him. I'm like, God damn. And then after he chokes him, he goes, oh my god, I'm sorry, and just runs off. I'm like, somebody really needs to get Ridge some therapy. Ridge needs therapy, dude. He needs some fucking therapy. That's all I'm saying with
Like,
him. Mhm.
you know how you said earlier about Mercedes and AEW, like she's a bad guy, but doesn't know she's a bad guy?
Mhm.
It's the same thing with Ridge. He's a bad guy, but he won't accept it. You know what I mean?
Yes. So then we get Georgina in the parking lot and Ariana Grace coming to talking to her. And she's like, we need to get you new clothes. And she's like, nothing black, but we're going to get you new clothes. And Georgina's like, yay. Just that same simple yay. She was like, yay. So then we get Ridge
So
Holland.
enthusiastic.
Yeah. We get Ridge Holland versus Joaquin Wild. And of course, Ridge Holland beats Joaquin Wild. And I didn't notice this until like I had a rewatch. At the end of the match, Sean Spears comes out and he's looking at Ridge Holland,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, like I totally predicted that. So that's gonna be a thing, right? Right?
Yep. Definitely.
So Cruz del Toro, shout out to him. Cruz del Toro is injured, IRL. He's injured and he's going to have surgery on his arm. I didn't notice this, but he's getting surgery on his arm, so I hope he gets better. So speaking of getting better, we had injured ribs Briggs Jensen, and he's in the back. Well, Josh Briggs, and he's in the back, and he's standing there, and all of a sudden, Ivar comes up, and Ivar's like, "Dude, you don't have to do anything. Your ribs are busted. I know you want the the North American title. You don't have to do anything. It's perfectly fine. Like you can chill. And Josh Breaks like, why don't you go lose to Sheamus again? And he's like, dude, I'm not trying to. He's like, not trying to beef with you, but if I win the title, I'll let you have a shot. You don't have to do anything. And he's like, no, 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 no. He's like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna beat your ass tonight. All right, all right. So then we get Brinley Reese with BBC, and they're training, and this shit is so funny because fucking Idris is not like he is not okay with any of this because Brinley got them a match with AOP, and Malik is like he's trying to be like, you know what? Okay, I'm cool with this. And Idris is like, dude, no. He's like, no, I don't want to do this. It's so funny. Like he is so against Brinley, and like Malik is like, you know what? Maybe she's right. And Idris is like, no, dude, she's not right. I don't want to do this. It is so weird. I like it.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. He
Mhm.
hates her.
Dude, it's gonna be so funny because something's gonna happen and he's gonna save her and he's gonna be like, you know what? You're part of the team. And she's like, yay! It's gonna be really dumb and funny. So
You know, be like even worse though.
mhm.
She's the reason they break up because like Malik seemed like he had like a little crush on her, but then like Idris gets with her.
I don't want them to break up. I want them to be like, I want her to be the sensational Sherry to their Harlem Heat.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But like it could be go the bad way too.
I, I really hope Shawn Michaels grew up and goes, you know what? I'm not gonna do the dumb relationship angle. So then we have Mr. Chase and Thea Hale, and he goes, listen, Thea, the only reason I bet on you is because I really thought that you can do it, and I had faith in you. And he's like, and then when you were getting beat up, I, I just couldn't take it anymore because I didn't want you to get hurt, so I just threw in a towel. I'm sorry. And like, and she's like, well, why didn't you just tell me, Mr. Chase? And he's like, yeah, he's like, because I feel like I let you down. I feel like I didn't have enough faith in you to just let you stay there and wiggle your way out. I'm so sorry, dear. And she's like, it's okay, Mr. Chase. Like, I forgive you. And it's like, it's one of those things where, like, he's her teacher and he really did have faith in her. And it's okay. Like, it's okay. And I'm glad that they're doing this. But I feel like they missed the opportunity. They missed a perfect opportunity.
Like what?
And then Mr. Chase could have been like, okay, but Thea, I got this idea. Because listen, if you go out there and wrestle this girl, I'm gonna put some money on you, and you beat her. It'd be like, no, Mr. Chase, you have a gambling problem. Like that would have
That
been
would have been
so.
hilarious, actually.
That would have been hilarious. So then we get Tony D'Angelo, and he comes out. Tony D'Angelo comes out, and he's doing this thing, and he's there, and he's talking about, yeah, I lost the title, and not even lost the title, I lost my opportunity, blah blah blah. And then the quarter catch crew comes out, and they're like, dude, they're like, listen, thanks for doing that thing. And Tony's like, dude, don't tell them about the thing. Yeah, he's like, you want to get rid of a guy, we got rid of your guy. So apparently they killed off Drew Gulak. So Drew Gulak's gone.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that.
So Charlie Dempsey and Tony D'Angelo start beefing, and Tony D'Angelo says he wants to take the Heritage Cup. And they start fighting, and they're setting up for a match for Tony D'Angelo versus Charlie Dempsey for the Heritage Cup, which I'm perfectly fine. Like I'm perfectly fine with. Like I have no problem with that. So then we have
It's cool.
Ilya Dragunov, and he's coming out and he's waiting for his challenger. And the first person that runs out is Lexus King. And then people grab him so he won't get in. But on the opposite side, we see Javon Evans running down the crowd, jumps onto the announce table, jumps in the ring over top of Ilya Dragunov, and stands face to face with Ilya Dragunov. I was like, that was a cool ass entrance. And him and Ilya Dragunov had a fucking banger. Once again, I said this last week, and I'm saying it again. He is fucking 19. That kid is 19 years old. He is going to keep evolving. He's like this right now. He's going to keep evolving. He had a fucking banger with Ilya Dragunov. He's 19. This is the second week in a row. I have to say this. He's fucking 19. Holy shit.
Remember my issue with him last week that he was a little bit too bouncy?
Mm-hmm.
He's still there, but he calmed down a little bit. So give him a few. Like he's gonna be fucking perfect.
He's going to evolve. So then we had
Yes.
Kumra Petrovic, and she's in the back, and she says, next week, or at Raw Underground, I'm going to be with Natty. And Lola Vice said, it doesn't matter, because wait till you see who I have with me. So I'm like, the only person that popped in my mind as soon as she said that was Shayna Baszler.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
that makes
so,
sense.
like as soon as she said that, I was like, Shayna Baszler. Shayna was in Bloodsport, so she knows how this shit works. So yeah, Shayna Baszler. That's what popped in my mind. So
That's
that was,
perfect.
yeah, that was a thing. So I'm all for it because like it is what it is. And then we had Sol Ruka go into Ava's office, and Sol Ruka said, Ava, I want a no DQ match with Blair Davenport. I'm like, okay, so that's another women's match. And then we had Thea Hale versus Tatum Paxley. They were fucking on. They were on. They were doing great. Tatum even did a fucking submission, and somebody was like, "Yeah, this is kind of a Brian Danielson submission." I was like, "Yeah, like Tatum could go." So yeah,
She's good.
yes, I love her. And then all of a sudden, Jasmine Nix pops up in a schoolgirl uniform, and I was so brain broken. I'm not even joking. My brain was broken so many ways. I didn't know what the fuck just happened, dude. And it's not because she was in a schoolgirl uniform. That don't get me wrong, that was great. It was because I she didn't have on the Chase U gear, and she just was in a schoolgirl uniform, and I was just confused. I was like, who the fuck is that? I was literally like, who the fuck is that? And she distracted Thea. Thea lost, and JC came out, and then Thea just beats up JC. Now Thea and JC are fighting. Once again, this is another woman's storyline that has nothing to do with nothing. Then Lyra beats up Tatum Paxley. Once again, this is a multiple women's storyline that's happening on fucking NXT that has nothing to do with nothing. So then we get Roxy, and Roxy's in the back, and she's like, you know what? Tatum and Lyra should fight each other, and they should have a match, and a winner could get me. This GM thing is very easy. So Ava comes up and like, you know what? You're right. This GM thing is very easy. And instead of that happening, they're going to both face you for the title next week at Spring Break-In. And Roxy was like, I don't want that. She was like, it doesn't matter. You said this GM thing was easy. So I just did it for you. Haha. And she just walked away. So
That shit was fucking funny.
little spoiler, which is actually really fucking awesome for me. Little spoiler that
Hmm.
July 7th, NXT is going to have a pay-per-view. And on that pay-per-view in Canada, Julia is getting an NXT women's title shot. She's getting an NXT
Mm.
women's title shot in July in the pay-per-view in Canada. Whoever the champion is going to get their ass beat by Julia. I don't give a fuck who it is. They're getting their ass beat by Julia. I think this is how I think it should go. Julia wins the championship, and Julia gets to go back to Marigold, which is the new promotion by Rossy Ogal. She gets to go back to the promotion because their first pay per view is Julia and Saray. You remember Saray? She used to be here.
Yeah.
So it's Julia with a mystery partner versus Saray with a mystery partner. And Rossio Gal has said multiple times so far he wants to have Io and Kari, and he would be okay with other women from WWE showing up. So I'm just like, oh, so Io or Kari are going to be like one of the mystery partners. Okay, cool. Like I feel like this is going to be a weird partnership. This is going to be really fun, and if they do it right, it'll be more beneficial to everybody than anybody would think. Because you could take NXT women and women from the main roster who have nothing to do and just throw them in Marigold and just like have them wrestle, and people will be like, "Oh shit, it's a WWE woman over here in Japan." Cool, and it would be great.
Be awesome.
Yep. So then we had AOP versus BBC, which of course AOT was going to beat the shit out of them. They beat their ass like real quick. And I just want Shawn Michaels to figure out how to make BBC a real thing. So after the match, Too Fast, Too Furious said, "Fuck you, AOP. We're cool." And they were like, "Yeah, whatever." So then we get back to Georgina and Ariana Grace, and she finds this big green dress. And Georgina says, "Can I GG this up?" And she GG's up the dress where she cuts some holes out and she makes some stuff. And it actually looked way better than it did in the beginning. Like she really did
Yes.
make that. She made that dress look nice. So yeah, there's another storyline that's brewing right there, guys. So a lot of women's
What are we on?
storyline.
Like 8, 10?
Yeah, yeah, and then only one of them has the title, and it's like, geez, this is great. Like Sean knows what he's doing when it comes to women's storylines, and that's cool. So then we had Josh Briggs versus Ivar. Ivar beats him, and after that, Obafemi stands there and looks at him and points and says, "Me and you, spring break in." I'm like, okay, not mad at it. So
Yeah. It'd be good. Only thing that kind of like fucks it up for me, like the fact that he lost on Raw. So
that's the thing. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter because he proved himself here. It was like, yeah, doesn't matter. So then we had
yeah,
the main event. It was Trick versus Mello in the cage, and Mello's goons came in to help, which they did nothing. They did nothing. They threw the chair in the ring, and Mello got clocked with the trick shot from the chair, and it was over. So Trick won. It was nothing happened there.
if anything, they fucked him over.
Basically. And at the end of this, so it's all over. Like Trick is looking at Ilya Dragunov, but the best part of it was the tweet that Mello sent. Mello said, "Yo, this is the last time, something, something, something." And I was like, "Oh, it's over. Mello's going to main roster. It's confirmed." Like, so yeah, we just gotta wait for the draft, and Melo's coming up.
Yep.
So yeah, this is this is great. This is great because now we go to spring break-in, which is 2 nights, which is next Tuesday and also the Tuesday after next. So we
Yes.
get 2 weeks of spring break-in. And the only bad part about that I feel with spring break-in is they load up so much for night one. Like even though night two is cool, they load up so much for night one. Night two is just like there. It's just there. It's like it's cool shit, but it's just like there.
No, I feel you. Like one's so much better than the other.
Yeah. So before we get out of here, I just have to bring up the Tony Khan press conference. Like not press conference, but whatever this thing is before whatever. I don't even know what the fuck it's called. It's a thing before the pay per view because the pay per view is this Sunday. So Tony Khan got an interview and they were asking him questions, and one of the questions from Dominic D'Angelo was, "Tony, how do you feel about the backlash that some of your fans and people who have watched AEW feel about you airing the footage? How do you feel about this?" And Tony Khan's answer was, "You know what? Like TBS said it was so cool and like they loved the ratings, blah blah blah." And it was like, okay, but what about this? It helped further the storyline, and we did great in the ratings, so it was the right call. Like I liked it, and it was like that's not what he asked you. He said, "How do you feel about the backlash?" And you just went on this whole thing. and he said TBS was so happy about it, and it's like, dude, it was just a 1 week anomaly because like this week the ratings went back to normal. So what are you talking about? Nothing got accomplished. He's like, no, 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 everything's cool. And it made me mad because like he didn't see anything wrong. Like he did. Like I know people are like, oh, he's keeping kayfabe. He didn't see anything wrong with this. It's just like, please, like somebody, please, just like tell him that this was a wrong idea, please.
It definitely was.
Yeah, I just it like it just felt like out of touch. It felt like a Vince McMahon thing, but it was a Tony Khan thing. Yeah, I'm just yeah, I didn't like that. I had to bring that up because it just feels so off. Like I don't know what's wrong with Tony. Like I know people are like, well, you're just an AEW hater. I'm not, but like I want to know what's wrong with Tony. Why is it this way? Why? You don't have an answer?
No, I thought you ended it there. That's why I got quiet. Um, no, something's wrong with him. Definitely. That's all I say. Like, yeah,
Yeah, like AEW needs something. It needs an injection of something. And I understand people say, well, when you get to the pay per view is great. And that's it. But there's TVs before the pay per view, and you need something. So,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, that's it. And, we're done for this week, and we'll get back to you with the next pay per view. Well, not the pay per view, the episode before the pay per view, and then the pay per view. It's gonna be another one of those weeks, people. Another one of those weeks.
Yep.